So in 2025, are you using the right savings account for a family vacation or even for a new car? And I'm not talking about having your money in a shoebox under the bed. I'm referring about having a high yield savings account that can give you money on your savings with interest. These type of accounts are more better than your traditional savings account. Banks like Chase and Wells Fargo are only offering 0.01% APY on their savings account. Now what this means is that for every $10,000 you have in a 0.01% APY account, you'll only be getting $1 per year. And what blows my mind is that many people don't even know what a high yield savings account is. A high yield savings account can be significantly higher than the national average, often offering interest rates that are 10 to 20 times greater than the traditional savings account, with the national average currently sitting around 0.41% APY. Knowing this information, your $1 per year cannot change to hundreds or even more in a high yield savings account. So let's go ahead and go over the top 5 high yield savings accounts of 2025. Coming in 5th place, we have Discover. As of now, their online savings account is currently at 3.75% APY. As a side note, do keep in mind that in order for you to receive these rates, the savings accounts that I'm going to be mentioning are usually online only. Now going back to the Discover webpage, they're allowing you to open an account with no minimum deposit. Not only that, but they have a list of things that you will never pay fees on when having this account. Just going over briefly the list of things that stick out to me, they have no monthly maintenance, no excessive withdrawals, no fee for expedited delivery for official bank checks. I think those are pretty great advantages because there are always emergencies that come up when you need the money in a few days. But with the ACH transfer, you typically have to wait 2 to 3 business days. I personally had a savings account with them and the ACH transfer to my other bank didn't process until the 3rd day. It was kind of tough due to the fact that I was needing the funds in a short time frame. But that is one thing you have to think about when you have funds to an online only bank account. They usually don't have a physical branch that you can go into to withdraw money. Although there are some workarounds that can be made to get access to your money, that being opening a checking account with the same issuer will allow you to transfer funds from the savings account directly to your checking account, and you will be able to make purchases using your debit card in case of emergencies. Coming in 4th place, we have Markets by Goldman Sachs. This issuer is offering 3.9% APY on their online savings accounts, which is going to be one of the highest percentages out of this entire video. If you're looking for a simple, straightforward savings account that you just need it to collect interest, this may be for you. This account also has no fees or minimum deposits associated with it. Also, they have no limit to the number of withdrawals you can make on your savings account. But where this account shines is their same-day transfers of $100,000 or less to or from other banks. As good as that sounds, you have to check with your external bank of when they process their ACH batches to be able to receive those same-day funds. There may be a possibility that you may have to wait a full business day. Goldman Sachs does this because unlike Discover and the other banks I'll be discussing, they don't have a checking account. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you need cash urgently, this won't be possible with this account. Coming at 3rd place, which is considered one of the OGs in the high yield savings account, is Ally Bank. They are offering 3.7% APY for their savings accounts. Now what sets this issue apart is their savings features. One of these features is called savings buckets. Savings buckets are a way to organize your savings. Instead of having multiple bank accounts for different goals, you can simply have one account and allocate your savings into different buckets. It's like having a comprehensive savings plan for all your potential needs, including emergencies, down payments on a house, or even a vacation. They also offer a set of features called boosters. Most of these will require you to have a checking account with them, but their checking account has no fees, so if you want to take advantage of all the features, it's at no cost. Starting with the recurring transfer booster, this feature allows you to schedule transfers automatically based on your preferences. The roundup booster, essentially this feature tracks your checking transactions and rounds them up to the nearest dollar. When the accumulated amount reaches at least $5, it will automatically transfer that money into your savings account. As for the last feature, they have one called surprise savings. This is a function that Ally analyzes your checking account and essentially predicts whether or not it's a good idea to automatically transfer money from your checking account to your savings account. Personally, I wouldn't want this feature enabled because if I'm aware that I have a certain amount of money in my checking account and I try to make a purchase without knowing that there's not enough funds because the transfer is automatically done, then it would require me to move money from my savings back to my checking account. It would just cause an unnecessary inconvenience of me redoing that same process every time this happens. One thing to keep in mind about Ally Savings Account is that they do limit how many times you can withdraw from the account. They're currently only allowing a total of 10 per statement cycle. If you do end up passing up this limit, there is no fee, but they will close your account depending if you exceed the amount on an occasional basis. So if you plan on moving money back and forth pretty frequently, this account probably wouldn't be the best move for you. They currently have no option to deposit cash, so you may have to go open an account at a local credit union, then make a transfer through that account to the Ally account. At second place, we have SoFi. SoFi is currently offering 3.8% APY with no account fees. But there is a catch in order for you to get that APY rate. That being, you have to have direct deposit set up with them in order to get that 3.8% APY. And if you don't set up with a direct deposit, then your savings rate will drop down to only 1%. I believe SoFi does this so that you will use them as your main bank, which is good for a marketing standpoint, but for me, I personally don't like being forced to bank with someone in order to use their features. But again, that's just me, and I know many people would disagree because I know a lot of people tend to love their product. As for the features this bank has, they have similar features like Ally with their savings buckets, but within SoFi, they are called vaults. They also have a roundup feature to round to the nearest dollar. I like the fact that they offer a sign-on bonus when opening a savings account with them. If you have a total of $5,000 in direct deposit, you get $300. If you have less than $5,000 but more than $1,000, you only get $50. Anything less than that, you simply won't be getting anything. And not only that, but they are the only ones I know of that give you a referral link for opening a savings account. They give $25 to the person who applied and $75 to the person that provided the referral link. Do keep in mind that the person who applied must make a total deposit of $50 in order for those bonuses to be received on both ends. I did forget to mention that a checking account automatically comes with a savings account, so you can't just simply apply for one of them without getting the other. Unlike Ally, they do allow you to deposit cash at participating retailers, but with a small fee of $4.95. I would just recommend opening a local credit union that has a Zelle functionality because SoFi added Zelle to their list of payment options, which will help with the moving of the money. I want to give a shout out to Wealthfront for being an honorable mention on this list because they were actually my first high yield savings account. Has no annual fees just like the other accounts as mentioned in the video. Cool thing about Wealthfront is that it's a checking account that comes with a high APY. So you don't have to worry about moving money over from a checking account to a savings account in order for you to get the interest on your money. And they also do provide a debit card that can be used to process transactions. This account has an APY of 4%, but something I found out later when I got into the finance space was that this account is a fintech account. A fintech account is not its own bank, but it works with multiple banks on the back end to store your money. So basically it's a technology service that provides advanced features on the behalf of banks is the best way to put it. For example, Wealthfront is currently being supported by 32 partner banks. Having that support allows them to be FDIC insured up to $8 million. Now the reason why I moved away from them was because there was another fintech company similar to Wealthfront that failed. Well, if it failed, isn't it FDIC insured? The answer is yes, but since it was a fintech company that failed and not the bank, people weren't able to get access to the money. Now, Wealthfront has been reputable over some time now, but after hearing those issues that the other fintech company had, made me worry that this would happen to me, especially with my luck. Coming in first place is Capital One. This is my second high yield savings account I opened after moving away from Wealthfront. They are currently at 3.7% APY on their savings account, don't have no fees, no minimums to keep your account open. Although they don't have savings buckets or vaults like Ally and SoFi, they allow you to open multiple savings accounts for each personal goal you have. I guess the downside to this is that you'll be having different account numbers for each savings account, but to me, that's not that big of a deal. You can schedule automatic transfers from either an internal account or an external bank account. They advertise that you can open an account in 5 minutes, which is actually faster depending on how good you are with technology. You can also open up a checking account with them that has no fee, no minimums, and no overdraft fees, just in case you want to use your money that is located in your savings account. I love the fact that they have a Zelle with their checking account to make moving money more easy, and as of now, they have their Zelle limit set to $3,000 a day. What makes this account so special is that they're considered a hybrid bank, meaning that they do have physical branches at certain locations, which is what sold me to them because I live in an area where they do have branches. I tend to have a bit of a worry about not having my cash on hand when I need it. That's why I have my savings with them. Now, many people ask me how come I don't go with the highest APY. It's simply because I don't want to be chasing the highest rate every time, and Capital One to me seems to have the competitive rate. You do have to remember that these rates can change and that they're not always set in stone. So always trying to move your money to accounts with the highest rates just seems kind of out of the way just to say you have the highest interest rate. But if that's something you want to do, then it's completely up to you where you put your money. To me, it's just too much work to be doing all that. And like I said, I like the fact that Capital One has a physical location in my area that I can walk into. Overall, I hope I informed you enough so that you can start making your money make money. But as always, let's try to keep things simple and see you on the next one.